And welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McCain. Thanks for rocking with us tonight here in the Dodgers Nation postgame show. You can find me at DMAC_LA. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to share. If you're watching on Twitter, be sure to retweet, like, mash that heart button for your Dodgers. The magic number is now down. You can count on one hand down to 5. They're getting this NL West crown locked up very, very shortly here. We're going to break it all down. Kenley Jansen, once again, he makes our hearts beat fast. My hands are very clammy. I'm pretty sure at this point Kenley Jansen has to deal with all the therapists in LA because he's driving us all crazy every time he gets out there. I like the soft contact he got. He got the out with the slider at the end. We'll break it down. Alonso, really a nice piece of hitting there with that double. But welcome in on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Glad to have you with us. But you know how we get things kicked off here on the postgame show. Throw your zip code, throw your city, put it in the comments so I'll give you guys some shout-outs. First question, who do you guys have as the player of the game? Like I said, come for the rookies, stay for the vets. David Freese, Russell Martin, they homer in the 7th. Dodgers down 2-0 going into the bottom of the 7th. They get back-to-back jacks, a 3-run bomb by Russell Martin, his 60th home run as a Los Angeles Dodger, 6th of the season. Like the real FRG says, he's a guy you can always count on to give you a professional at-bat, and that's what he does. He knows the strike zone better than any hitter because he's a catcher, because he's a vet, and he went 1 for 2 tonight, 3-run home run, and that was really the spark for the Dodgers. And then Justin Turner, he's not a vet like David Freese and Russell Martin, but he's getting up there too, and he got it done. But hey, throw those comments in there. Let me get these shout-outs rolling here. We're going to go hop right into these comments, rapid-fire style. But welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Thanks for rocking with us. Magic number is down to 5. October baseball, we're getting closer and closer to October baseball. Greatest time of the year. But the Dodgers, they improved their record 91-50, 41 games over 500. And now they improved their home record of 54-18. The boys in blue been getting it done all year. But here you go. You guys are lighting up these comments. Let's start right at the top. My boy David Cano. What up, David? Always rock with us. Good games, Dodger. Jeremy got the party. You know we got the best Dodger after party in town, Jeremy. So that's a fitting emoji. Melissa Blue with the heart emoji. Ruben Moreno from Santa Maria, California, the 805. Kelly Sanders from YouTube. Mash that like button on YouTube. From Russell Martin, you did it. Hey, Russell Martin is the man. I love me some Russell Martin, and he got it done. He left the yard, and you saw last couple home runs for Russell Martin. He goes opposite field. Tonight, he pulls one into the pavilion. Another nice catch by the guy out there. Hey, man, we got a lot of nice grabs. The one in center by that Raiders fan on the Arenado home run. But Russell Martin, he gets it done. And David Freese, since he's been back from the IL, 2 for 3, 2 home runs for David Freese. So you got to love that. He's getting it done. And David Freese, his home run percentage is 6.6 this year. His career best is 3.5% back in 2012. That's from Dodgers Insider. But here we go. Need a closer. Oh, actually, Ryan Montez. I started watching the game at the right time, 7th inning. What up, Ryan? Oh, Ryan, he's always rocking with us. Hamilton, how you doing? Oh, my God, can we get rid of Jansen? He almost blew it. He has no knockout pitch. Hey, to me, look, we have a pretty mansion in Bel Air, but we don't have a lock to it with Kenley Jansen right now. We need to put some more locks on that door. And Kenley Jansen, hey, he's figuring it out tonight. He puts you on He puts you on pins and needles every time he's out there. But like Joe Davis said, we need to have him. And like I've said, too, for a long time, we are not going to make it deep in the postseason if he's not getting outs for this club. Whether it's the 8th inning, before that, whether it's the 9th inning, when he's rested and he gets a clean inning, we need to have him get it done. But he gives up a walk. He gives up that double to Alonso. And it's just more of the same for Kenley Jansen. You thought with that insurance run with Justin Turner that he'd be more comfortable out there. And yes, this Rockies lineup, they are a potent lineup, but yeah, Kenley Jansen, it is still a work in progress, and it still appears that they're using it as a workshop for him to start mixing in that slider. You know the numbers. We do it every time about the percentage of his cutter. Went from 90% down to 75. I mean, he's throwing it with less regularity. So if he doesn't develop a slider, doesn't get that done, he's probably not going to be effective in October. So back to your comments, we got Bob Pauley need a closer. Torrey Jansen cannot be closing games. Who would you guys have right now? You got one guy out of that bullpen. Who are you picking closing games for your Los Angeles Dodgers? I know who you guys are going to say, so I'll just wait and I'll read off when he gets to the comments. But Joe Kelly is a guy that we built a lot of confidence in. And but here we go. We got Victor got the win, but again, Jansen gives up another run. David Dalton, well, it wasn't pretty, but Jansen got it done. Shout out to the bottom of the order, Oceanside, California. David, another one of the VIP members here. You guys are back. But look, since August, Kenley Jansen, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs, and 12 hits in 10 innings of work. So he's a guy that these metrics are not lining up with. They don't scream elite. This is a career high in ERA for him. After in July, he had a 5.63 ERA, August a 5 even, and then he went 2 of 5 in save attempts. And we all know one of those save attempts, if it wasn't for Max Muncy convincing the umpire to call a timeout, that's probably another blown save. So if you look at the averages against him, hitters were hitting 197 against Kenley Jansen before the break. After the break, they're hitting over 275. So, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. It's closer by committee. He earns each and every appearance that he gets in the postseason. If he flames out in the division series, then we reduce his role. If he flames out in the NLCS, then we reduce his role. But to me, it's going to be touch and go until Kenley Jansen can prove that he consistently go out there and that he can earn the confidence of Dodgers Nation out there, because right now, unfortunately, he does not have it. Ernesto, 5-3. We got Greg. It's a beautiful thing. Magic number is 5. Palm trees, strong, heart, baseball. I love it. Jamie, luckily we had the 3-run lead. Exactly, the 3-1 lead. Shout out to Justin Turner. We weren't happy with the 4-2 lead. He goes out there. A nice stroke for Justin Turner. And give it up to Justin Turner. Justin Turner, that's his. He ties his career high with home runs. Ties his career high. 27 jack for Justin Turner tonight. And he's a guy that has really been putting it together. Justin Turner, post-All-Star break, Justin Turner, he's hitting 292, slugging 637, 17 home runs post-All-Star break. So last 7 for Justin Turner, still turning on Justin Turner. If you look at him, last 7, he's giving you about last 7 for Justin Turner, he's giving you about 273, but now 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, and he's a guy that you can see he's rounding into form, and we know that this team goes as far as he goes. You saw his averages when the Dodgers win games versus when they don't. He is the straw that stirs the Dodgers drink on offense. Yes, Cody Bellinger is going to win the MVP. Yes, Corey Seager. By the way, Corey Seager, if you look at Corey Seager, since May 12, he's hitting 290, slashing 290, 342, 518 with a OPS plus of over 125. So, yes, we have those rocks, but Justin Turner offensively has proven to be the most important Dodger when it comes to that part of the lineup. But here we go. Greg Cass, Jamie, luckily we had a 3-1 lead. Pat, another clean inning for Jansen. Dodgers better make sure they're up by 4 runs going into the 9th in the playoffs, SMH. If it comes to that, and this Dodger front office, this regime with Andrew Freeman and Dave Roberts, we never know who's really making these decisions. If they're throwing Kenley Jansen in tight situations without him proving ahead of time that he can get it done, we know it's going to be a recipe for disaster. Kenley Jansen has to prove to us in the next month and a half or so that he can be trusted with these save opportunities. Tonight, 5-2 lead, Dodger Stadium. The Rockies are out of it, and they go in there. And like I said, I don't like having clammy hands. I feel awkward. I'm starting sweating. I gave blood today. I mean, come on. I verified that I think blue, bleed blue. By the way, go get one of these T-shirts on DodgersNation.com. Check out all the great content. But back to the comments. Hamilton, Jansen cannot be pitching, period. How about sit him for the rest of the year? Hamilton, don't always agree with your takes, but I love your takes because they are blistering hot, and you want to sit him for the entire year. $18 million in the bank. You say, hey, take the rest of the year off Kenley Jansen. I don't think it's to that level yet. It's not to that level yet because the Dodgers did not pick up someone in the trade deadline that can fill that void. Yes, we put Kenta in the bullpen now. Yes, Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May can carry. We're going to see what they can do, but we're going to need him. Julio Urias tonight, he gave up the one to Murphy, but Julio Urias, he had a couple 1, 2, 3 innings. It was great to have Julio Urias back, and to me, he's the wild card. Julio Urias is the ultimate wild card for this team. What can he do in the postseason? Can he be that extended relief lockdown guy? Is he a guy that can throw in there in a starter's role? Whatever it is, we are going to need Julio Urias. And early on, it really was the fastball command. He didn't have the fastball command. He left one, and Murray, he got that one. He doubled that one. And then Murphy had that solo home run. So that command wasn't there early on. But, hey, it was his first game back. And if you look at, he had 3 innings pitched tonight, 3 innings pitched, 44 pitches, 2 hits, and a home run by Daniel Murphy. But he definitely looked like in the later innings that he was starting to look like that Julio Urias that has elite stuff, very high on Julio. But here we go. Vets, Rock, Melissa. What up, Melissa? John Taylor, notably Jansen struck out Mike Lupica. Another mediocre outing by Jansen. This guy is a shell of his former self. Look, if you look at Kenley Jansen, there's no questioning that. But you hear guys out there saying, oh, is it a mental thing with Kenley Jansen? No, it's the father of time thing with Kenley Jansen, and he's not going to be able to get that stuff back that he had from 2017. 2017, his road ERA was 0.8 of a run, okay? We're not going to see that Kenley Jansen. This year, his road ERA is 5.48. Runners in scoring position, they're only hitting 172 against him. So, but we're not going to get that Kenley Jansen back. He's not walking through that door. And I don't say that as a negative. I say we got to maximize what he has left because you see the numbers. The numbers are what they are with Kenley Jansen. His decline has been pretty swift. But do the Dodgers really have enough depth to afford not getting outs from him whatsoever? I think they're going to need outs from him regardless if this team is to make a deep run in October. But back to you guys. Thanks for rocking with us. Dodgers Nation post-game show. You guys are watching live here. Periscope, YouTube. Where you guys watch? Oh, we got YouTube. Jansen is done. You guys are not feeling Kenley Jansen tonight. And look, you guys, the best fans in Major League Baseball, and part of the problem is we saw just how dominant he was. We saw Kenley Jansen when he was virtually unhittable. He was absolutely unhittable in his absolute prime. Kenley Jansen this year, ERA over 3.7, and the blown saves already gives up, 8 home runs, and it's the velocity. If you look last year, he averaged 92.1 on that cutter. Now it's down to 91.7. Opponents are hitting 243 against it, and they're just trying to get that slider back, make that slider respectable. So that's really going to be the one of the major questions that this team has to answer is how many times are they going to run him out there? But it wasn't a complete disaster tonight. But back to you guys. Martin, by the way, give those heart buttons for Russell Martin. I love Russell Martin. This guy is a seasoned vet, and I'm telling you, they came for their rookies tonight. They came for Gavin Lux. They came for our rookie sensations, and then they leave, and they stay for David Freese and Russell Martin. So he got it done. He was the MVP. He was the player of the game. Who do you guys have? You could also talk about some other guys, but it was Russell Martin. 3-run bomb, 6th of the year, 60th in his Dodger career. Tim Bauer from Newport. By the way, if you have not yet, where are you watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show? We got Tapia 01 818, the Valley. Candido Perez, the 830, the 78 130. Jose Rod from Huntington Beach. What up, Jose? Always rocking with us. Taylor Spencer, still not happy with the offense. We couldn't hit a guy with an ERA above freaking 8. And imagine the terrible pitching we would face. Look, Gonzalez, his ERA is what it is, but he really pitched very well tonight. You got to give him some credit. He pitched very well tonight. the Dodgers weren't hitting his fastball. If you look, the Dodgers were like 1 of 13 against his fastball. And yesterday, 10 balls over 110 with an exit velocity of 110 miles per hour or more. They didn't have their first exit velocity of 110 miles per hour hit or more until Matt Beatty late in the game. So you got to give him some credit. Yes, the offense was a little quiet. I was scared that it was going to be like the Toronto series where we rocked the Blue Jays. We scored 16 on them, and then we went dormant for about 5 or 6 days. But the Dodgers, they did pick it up. But you look at Gonzalez, ERA of 7.29, 101 pitches, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. And he was on his game tonight, so you got to give him some credit. And also the thing with Gonzalez too is he was he didn't look like he wanted to come out. But also you got to give that Dodger bullpen some credit. Yes, Yimi Garcia did not disappoint. Let's just put it like that. He's consistently consistent when it comes to giving up home runs. And like the great philosopher Real FRG said, the sun rises, the sun sets, and Yimi Garcia serves up bombs. He did it. It was on a 95 mile per hour, kind of a lower third of the plate, middle. Guys like Arenado are going to hit that, and it's unfortunate. It just continues to happen, and now he's giving up 15 home runs. So he's third in the league in opponent average, but he's given up 15 home runs. That's tied for the tops out of the bullpen. So really an unfortunate year for Yimi Garcia from that standpoint. But here we go. Let's rapid fire. Get those Dodger takes in. If I've not read you off yet, trust me, I'm going to get to all your takes tonight here in the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Be sure to share and retweet. Mash that like button for your Dodgers. That magic number down to 5. I love it. PYKS representing from the Valley of the Sun. What up, PYKS? Manny, seniors night at Dodgers Stadium. Exactly. They got it done. And this is why this team is so special. You have a combination of rookies that have come up. I mean, the list of rookies, now you got Gavin Lux. By the way, my girlfriend tells you one more time how much she likes Gavin Lux. I don't know, man, because she really is a big fan of Mr. Lux. And you got Gavin Lux, you got Dustin May, Will Smith, Alex Verdugo's not even back. All these great rookies. Matt Beatty, Kyle Garlick did his thing. Edwin Rios hit a home run. So it's nice to see these veterans because, yes, they're important for contributing on the field, but don't underestimate what they do in the locker room. They keep things together. David Freese, Russell Martin, these are all key cogs in this Dodger team. So that's why I just love this team. You got a great mix of rookies and vets. But we got Tapia, go Dodgers. Robert from the Coachella Valley. We got Ryan. Of course, Jansen has to make us sweat bullets. Exactly. Hey, man. John the 96817. Aloha. What up, my man? Ryan from El Paso, Texas. El Paso strong. What up, Ryan? Edgar from Sacktown, 916. Reppin' LA all day. Frank, time for Jansen to be sent to the minors. Jeff, and that's the thing. I mean, that's something that it's really a pride thing with him. That's obviously still an option with him. But you're telling a guy who's 18, signs an $80 million contract, a guy who's been the rock for this Dodger bullpen for seven some odd years. I mean, this guy has been the leader in that bullpen. All he knows is elite success, and to tell him to go to the bullpens to refine his craft, that's a tough conversation for Dave Robertson Company and Kasten and Andrew Freeman. But hey, look, Caleb Ferguson, he looked pretty decent tonight. Caleb Ferguson had a 1-2-3 inning, I think on 8 or 9 pitches, and then he did that earlier this year. And I don't think it's the worst idea because with Kenley Jansen, you're trying to workshop a pitch in the slider, and you're trying to workshop a new approach in the middle of a World Series chase. And yes, the Dodgers, they have this division locked up. We've had it locked up for quite some time now. But the Dodgers are a half game behind the New York Yankees. The Yankees, they're sitting at 91-49. Your boys in blue, they're 91-50. And the Astros, they're on the Dodgers' heels. They're only a half game behind the Dodgers. So it is neck and neck. And these teams are fighting for that home field advantage. And I told you, the Dodgers, 53 wins at home this year. And you saw those ERA splits. The Dodgers, Hyun-Jin Ryu, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, our 3 best pitchers. They love them some Dodger Stadium, and they're going to want that home cooking at the Chavez Ravine. So to me, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing that the Dodgers are dealing with Kenley Jansen. It's a tough conversation with Kenley Jansen. But hey, OKC Dodgers, and their season's ending pretty soon. So that's really not going to be such a possibility, but in the near future. But Jerry Moss, the 92675, sweat it out. Robert Freese with the big impact. Magic number 5 from Melissa. JC Dodger Gonzalez. Mexicali, Mexico. Viva Los Dodgers. I love it. Jay Dotson watching Jansen close the game is pure torture. Just not an elite closer anymore. Tapia from the 818. Pacoima, what up? Lost my comments for a second, but now we're back. Kathy, I'm just glad we only gave up 3 runs. Our pitchers have been giving up so many runs. Caleb Wong, we need LeBron James. Okay, you need LeBron James. I don't know. LeBron James, 3-9 career in the finals. I don't think he's the closer that we want. Yes, LeBron's a great player, but if you're looking for closers, I think there's some other players out there. That would be my first choice. Frank sent Anthony, good game, Dodgers. I'm going to be at Dodger Stadium on Saturday. Cannot wait. Great times. Hey, Dodger Stadium, there's no place like it. Best fans in Major League Baseball. Melby, go Dodgers. Candy, we're staying up late for games like this. Exactly. Hey, look, I love the tension. I have to admit, I love the tension. It's fun to watch, but it's starting to wear us thin, and we all can admit that. Tapia, Jose from Tijuana, Mexico. What up, my man? Jacob, I love when we go international. Now we're in Mexico. I love it. I always get a bump. But here we go. UFC hashtag it's time for Dodger baseball. Ben, let's get the best record to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Like I've mentioned, when it comes from division round to NLCS to the World Series has the biggest bump in postseason success since basically game 1 of the World Series. The home team wins that matchup 60% of the time. So the postseason is big. But let's not forget the Dodgers, 3-7 all-time against the New York Yankees from 41 to 81. But those 3 times the Dodgers, they went on the road, did not have home field advantage in any of those series. So it can be done. And bottom line, the Dodgers are going to have to get wins on the road if they want to win this World Series. But home field advantage is definitely of the utmost importance, in my opinion, if you're the Los Angeles Dodgers. 1, you get the fans like you guys, and 2, the numbers show that this team fares much better at home than they do on the road. So, Sal, yes, let's hear it for Jansen. El Paso strong. Robert, 82584, Manifest, California. Freeze, player of the game. David Freeze. You got to give it to David Freese. I have no issue with that. You saw that home run rate. He's hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position. To me, David Freese is a guy that when he comes back, when David Freese comes back, now that he's back, he can do a lot of things. He can play first. Also, look for him in the DH role. Look for him as a big-time pinch hitter. So I love David Freese. Anthony, hopefully I'll bring me a jersey over there. Hey, Anthony, what kind of jersey are you going to get? Let me know. You going home? You going road? Jay Carta, love the show, Doug. We out here in the 305, Miami. I love it, the 305 in the mix. That's what I'm talking about. South Beach all day. Jose, D-backs can't stop winning. Anywho, good job, Dodgers. The D-backs are a hot team. Before the Dodgers beat them on Sunday, they had won 6 games in a row. So, hey, Rudy, why Jerko? Every time I say that, I think of the real FRG tweet. If Jet Jerko hits a walk-off, is it a jerk-off? That makes me laugh every single time. But hey, Jet Jerko's a guy they picked up. They were doing some injuries at the time. And Jet Jerko tonight, he got on. Some could have been marked as an error by Arenado, but he got on. And also he made some nice plays in defensively last couple days. So Jet Jerko, I don't think he's going to be a pivotal part of the Dodgers postseason run, but we're right now in the dog days of August. We're chasing that NL West title. We're about to pop bottles in the next couple of days. Get that bubbly ready. Only 5 games for their 7th straight NL West champion. I love that kind of dominance. PYKS, Raider fan that made that catch was a Giants fan. Did I miss something? Because if that's the case, no thanks. I'm not cool with that. I don't like the Giants fans here on games they're not even participating. We're not thinking about the Giants. The Giants can go to hell. Jermaine Armenta 951 dropping in the house. Gavin Lux is the talk of the show. David Freeze and Russell Martin. Well, that age is just a number. Exactly, age is just a number, especially for those two seasoned vets. Yeah, Gavin Lux. One thing I love about Gavin Lux is they mentioned he put on 40 pounds, but 40 good pounds, 40 positive pounds. And the thing that sticks out for Gavin Lux is that hand speed in the zone. He makes quick adjustments, and he's a guy that really he looks comfortable out there, and you just see the star potential in Gavin Lux. You just feel that from him, like we felt the same way with Alex Verdugo, and that's what I'm liking. We're bringing up guys that aren't just sluggers, not guys that can just go yard. We're bringing up hitters like Alex Verdugo, like Will Smith, like Gavin Lux, and the future is bright for this Dodger team. Gavin Lux, the most recent example, and yeah, I think Gavin Lux had like 7 home runs his first year. Now he has 26 home runs between Double-A and Triple-A, and he had a nice single tonight. Last night, I promised I was going to tweet before the game that he was going to go 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Didn't do that. I'm starting to regret that. But I'm loving Gavin Lux. As far as where does he fit in, the Dodgers have an embarrassment of riches at that middle infield spot. So, hey, if he catches fire and he plays himself into this lineup, it's definitely possible because – look, here's the pros and cons of having Gavin Lux up here. Pros, everything, okay? Because even in the worst-case scenario where he's not playing in the games, he's a guy that is going to benefit from observing. He's going to benefit from being around this Dodger culture where all they do is win. So I love it. But back to these comments in Gavin Lux. How do you guys feel about Gavin Lux? How would you what would you grade Gavin Lux's first 2 games? Would you give it A, B, C, D, or F? Of course, I think I'm going to give it a B+. I'm going to give it a B+, and that's just because we've gotten spoiled all season long with Will Smith. Maybe he gets a walk-off like a Will Smith or Alex Verdugo, then I can put him in that A category. But B+ comes up, clean double, gets a single, tonight another single, and really he was the detractors was that he was going to be a liability defensively. Sacks Gavin Lux as much as you guys. The Lux pun game has been just absolutely insane last couple of days. You can throw in your Lux puns if you want. I got a whole list of them here. But Laura, love me some Russell Martin. Peebo, 16 home runs in the last 2 games. Something strange going on in baseball. Hey, you know the rule. The center of the pill, the drag, the way the letter is. That's just the culture of Major League Baseball. Yes, it's a different game. It's a less nuanced game. But the Dodgers do it with the best of them, and that's what's important, is that the Dodgers did not let this era of Major League Baseball pass them by. 247 home runs by the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're only 2 shy of the Houston Astros back in 2000, who hit 249. They also set another record tonight. They hit their 36th home run against the Colorado Rockies. That's the most versus any team in Major League Baseball history for the Dodgers. The previous record was the Dodgers had hit in 1954 the Brooklyn Dodgers. Oh, they're still chasing actually. They're 2 away. So they're definitely going to pass that. With 3 games left, you probably think they're going to pass that. The 1954 Brooklyn Dodgers hit 38 home runs versus the Reds in 22 games. So that's just modern baseball for you. The ball is flying out at a record pace, and that's just how it is. But here we go. We got Dodgers UK. Can't hang around today, Doug. London calling to the Dodger underworld. What up, Dodgers UK? Always rocking with us. How's it going? I love it all the way in the UK. Awesome, man. Mr. Jansen is done. He is not able to pitch a clean inning. I got it. Ben Sanchez, hope Jansen figures it out. We got Sonny. I remember when Kenley dominated like a closer is supposed to. It's sad to see his decline. I think, Sonny, you bring up a good point. Yes, you have all this ridicule. The pitchforks come out as soon as he has a bad game. But bottom line is, inside we're all sad. We want Kenley Jansen to be our closer. We want him to be our Rivera. We want him to do what Gagne did for us back in 2004. But Father of Time is never late. And unfortunately, Kenley Jansen, if he doesn't get that pitch mix right and get something that he's comfortable with, he can't rely on the cutter like he did during the times when he was the best closer in Major League Baseball, and there wasn't a close second. So it's something that we're going to have to follow and monitor closely with Kenley Jansen, and he's going to take us all for a pretty wild ride. I can guarantee us that. Jeffrey, Baez, or Kelly? So you're Pedro Baez. Give it up to Petey. Petey has done great things of late. He's a guy that, look, there was a time when Pedro Baez, we feared him. We feared his appearances like we feared Kenley Jansen's these days. But Pedro Baez is a guy that he's built momentum all season long. And if you look at Pedro Baez, last 30 games, ERA over 4, but last 7, a 2.45 ERA on the year, a 3.38 ERA, 63 strikeouts, 61 innings pitched. And yeah, Kenley Jansen and Pedro Baez, he came in and he's really pitched a lot better. Joe Kelly to me is the guy I would roll with because Joe Kelly has the best stuff. Because Pedro Baez, you saw he can get caught up a little easier. But here we go. Dodgers UK. Just wanted to say I love this damn team. Kenley gives me the tremors, though. Hey, that's the reality. Hey, it's not fun if you win every game. It's not fun if you blow out every game. The Dodgers, win, lose, or draw, they're going to make things interesting. They're going to put on a show for Dodger fans, and I love it. We all love the Dodgers. We all love this damn team. We're right with you, Dodgers UK. Chris, Padilla, Kelly, Eric, stop bringing in Yimmy. I cringe every time I see him warm up. Kelly, we got Manny, Baez, or Kelly. Jamie, anybody but Jansen. Russell Martin for closer. Ruben, Russell Martin for closer. And now that is not really a diss to Kenley Jansen at this point because Russell Martin, I was disappointed the other night when they didn't bring in Russell Martin, but never cruising Martin. Rudy Urias. Urias is interesting because Urias, you wonder, hey, are they going to value keeping him as that in that extended relief role, or do they want to see him as a guy? Trust me, if the situation presents itself, Julio Urias is a guy that has lights out stuff and he has postseason experience. All this talk about Felipe Vasquez, look, he's pitched 10 innings in August. Also, he's pitched, you and I, all you folks, all you Dodger fans out there, you pitch more innings in the postseason than Felipe Vasquez. So don't underestimate the level of experience that Julio Urias has gained the last couple years. It also trickles down. There's a residual effect with the experience that Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager, all these young guys, Jock Peterson. So that experience in the postseason is going to come in handy. Jansen is a problem. Hey, Joe Kelly for closer from Edgar. Steve Porter, 5:30, the real Northern California. Russell Martin, stud of the night, and Jansen finishes. Rudy, tell us the last time Jansen had a clean inning. I would have, it was a couple starts ago. He had a 1, 2, 3, but it wasn't I think in Arizona. I think he had a clean inning. Did he? Gonna have to look that up. But the fact that we have to kind of dig deep like that is not good. But the Dodgers, again, 220 home runs at Dodger Stadium. The previous high was 214 last year. So another reason, get that home field advantage. Maybe Jansen comes around when it counts in October. Robert Romero. That is what we'd all like to see. We'd all like to see, and you never know, maybe he gets hot because that is the ebbs and flows of the bullpen. Some guys have good years, some guys have bad years. Look, we got Brandon Morrow in his best year, and then look, ever since he hasn't fared very well. Look at Giles in 2017 postseason. Look at Kimbrel. Some guys struggle, and I mean, look at Edwin Diaz this year. The bullpen is a volatile position, and that would be best case scenario, and that's what everyone's hoping for. But Kenley Jansen, there's just a vibe out there that it just feels like what can go wrong will go wrong when he's on the mound sometimes. But I did like the fact that he did induce that soft contact with the slider, and if he can manage to get outs that way, that's something that's encouraging. But here we go. Bum, bum. All right. So yeah, last clean inning for Kenley Jansen was back was at Atlanta. Yeah, that was the loss at Atlanta when he had he pitched 1 inning and 1 inning, 1 strikeout. So 1 inning, 1 strike. That was the last clean inning for Kenley Jansen. So no, the last clean inning was like I said, it was at Arizona. Yeah, at Arizona, that was one. He had 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. So look, you're not wrong for feeling that way because he's kind of made us feel that way. But he needs to put it together on a night in, night out basis. But here we go. Sadler got out of a big jam in the 8th from Jeffrey Aguirre. He did. That was great by Sadler. Sadler. If you look at that was the bottom of the that was the top of the 7th, right? No, that was the top of the 7th or top of the 8th. And you're right. Casey Sadler came in, and it was the top of the 8th. He got the first out. He got Tapia to fly out. Then he got Story. Story got out. Then he gets into a little bit of trouble. He walks McMahon. Alonso doubled, and then he gives up the single to Blackman, then the single to Arenado, put runners on first and third with 2 outs. But then he got that ground out. So that was I think I got my notes mixed up. But yeah, Casey Sadler got out of that jam, gave up those 2 hits. Oh, he got that fly out to center. He got that fly out to deep right center, and that was big because that was a turning point. At that point, the game was only 4-2. So Casey Sadler came in. He battles out there, definitely battles out there, and he's got some nice stuff. Casey Sadler's a guy who is trying to work his way into that postseason bullpen. So Tapia, Joe Kelly needs to close, and Kenley can be a setup man. I think that might be the natural progression. JJ Pro, whenever Jansen comes out, makes me nervous. Yeah, he does. We got Luis Alvarez. I went to last night's game. It was great seeing a lot of home runs from the Dodgers. You went to that offensive outpouring. That was just a fireworks show last night at Dodger Stadium. Just home runs flying out. Cody Bellinger hit number 43. Gotta love that. Ricardo Kelly looks defeated as he's walking to the mound before the first pitch. I think there's definitely something to that. He definitely has a demeanor that's not the same demeanor that we saw when you heard California Love out there. And you just know this game's a wrap, that this game is in the books. Like Chick Hearn says, the game is in the refrigerator, lights are out, Jell-O's jiggling, the butter's getting hard. That's how it was when Kenley Jansen was coming out. Now it's, hey, every out you're just sweating bullets like you said before, and you're definitely right on there. But Luis Urbina checking in from Jacksonville, Florida, and this hurricane doesn't blow as hard as Jansen right now. Luis got me dead over here. Ben, Russell Martin, 0-0 ERA for the closer, LOL. Pat, I'm done with blaming Kenley Jansen for not being able to perform anymore. It's on Freeman and Roberts for not shoring up the pen at the deadline and not removing Kenley from the closer role. Pat, look, I'm a guy, I was here, I was, refreshing. I call it F5 season because you're always refreshing to see who's going to get that, who the Dodgers were going to pick up. They didn't get anyone, and it was disappointing. But hey, we're going to see. They're ultimately Freeman and company. They're going to have to answer for that in the postseason. If this bullpen gets rocked in the postseason, even in the World Series, if they get all the way back and they get rocked, trust me, there's going to be hell to pay for this regime. But look, don't underestimate Joe Kelly. In August, 10 innings, a 2.70 ERA, 12 Ks. We saw what he did last year, and the Dodgers, they are going to be having they have great depth with throwing starting pitchers that can give you extended innings. Julio Urias, a miss bats guy, Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May once he starts to harness that. By the way, is Dustin May a cyborg? My man takes one off his dome and he wants to get back in there. So I still have hope for this bullpen, and if Kenley Jansen can get right, then that's great. If not, we do need a contingency plan. And trust me, they have to be working on that right now, whether that's put him in that 8th inning role. that's something that, hey, you will get those outs. And then imagine Joe Kelly in that ninth inning. Imagine Julio Urias. Imagine if it's game 6 and the Dodgers can close it out. Walker Buehler's rested. Who knows? He's got the best stuff. I know he didn't look his best yesterday, but Ruben, Greg Tucker, Baez to closer. El Carreza, what up, El Carreza? What up, Doug? Watching from Boise, Idaho now. I saw that on Twitter. You made that move. Congratulations. But, hey, guess what? You still got the net all hooked up in Boise, so you can still rock with us here on Dodger Nation. But congrats on the move, my man. I heard Boise is a really cool place. You check out a Boise State game and check out that blue turf, the Smurf turf. I heard that's a great atmosphere. Sadler is looking good, pitching like he wants to be on the playoff roster. Exactly. That's what I was saying. KC Sadler, he battles out there, and really he didn't have the greatest time in AAA, but sometimes that's what happened. You get guys that come up, they see the bright lights of the show, they know it's their one shot, and they bring it. Last 30 games for KC Sadler, a 2.21 ERA in 17 games, 20 innings pitched, 19 hits, and 16 strikeouts to 5 walks. So, yes, like you guys are pointing out, you're showing KC Sadler some love. Do you guys see him as a potential piece of that bullpen moving forward? If Jansen is trash as usual from Lawrence, Jack Ramirez, 702 go Dodgers. Good freaking win. The bullpen is getting better. Candid Perez, Floro looking really good tonight. Lorenzo, wishful thinking that Jansen will turn it around. 702 baby. The question is we have to define what turning it around actually means. For Kenley Jansen, I think there's anyone who thinks that Kenley Jansen is going to be 2017 Kenley Jansen, they're off their rocker. That's not a possibility. I just don't see that happening. If it does, trust me, I would love to be wrong about that. But there are things that he can improve upon. He can get more experience with that slider. He can get better command with that cutter. And like you mentioned earlier, it's also about can he mentally be there too. Look, like I revert to the quote by the great Tommy Lasorda. He needs to not go out there and think he's going to fail. Like Tommy Lasorda said, pressure is a word that's misused in our vocabulary. When you start thinking of pressure, it's because you've started thinking of failure. He needs to go out there and not think of failure. Just go out there and pitch. And like you mentioned earlier, you just get that feeling that he's starting to feel the worst and he's afraid that he's going to blow a save. So I think that we can try to get him, optimize him any way we can, and part of that is psychologically. Here we go. Oh, back to the comments here. Jansen, thanks for what you did, but no. Jim, here we go. We got Mr. Gonzalez. It's too late for Jansen. We need home field advantage. Exactly. I think that it is paramount. I think that if the Dodgers get home field advantage too, it's another way of this team saying, hey, we've lost back-to-back World Series, but we are doing every single thing in our power to end that 31-year drought. And by getting home field advantage throughout, that's the Dodgers sending another message that they're doing that. Yes, the postseason in Major League Baseball is a crapshoot. The Giants won 3 World Series. Of course, it's like it can be fluky, and the Giants proved that, okay? Look at the 2006 Cardinals. Teams can catch fire. Look at the 97 Marlins. The Major League Baseball that's why I love this sport, because it's a sport. It's not like the NBA where you're going to get Golden State versus the Cavs when they're in their prime. This sport is tough to predict, and that's why you love it. And the Dodgers, though, if they are able to get that home field advantage, that's another way of them showing that, hey, we're doing everything we can to get that done. Pat, if the Dodgers don't find an alternative to Jansen as a closer, we will be the 2001 Seattle Mariners. That would hurt. That 2001 team, 116 games, Ken Griffey Jr. That's why I got my hat backwards. Ken Griffey Jr., the nicest swing in Major League Baseball. So that wouldn't be nice. And also the Cubs. Don't forget that Cub team that has, I think they won 119 games. They didn't win the World Series either. So we don't want to make history in the worst way. But But you're right. You're totally right. We don't want to be a part of that club. We don't want to be a part of that club. I want to be considered the Atlanta Braves of the 90s. You know why? The Atlanta Braves of the 90s won a World Series. I want a World Series, and then we can talk about multiple World Series. So I always kind of scratch my head when the people try to compare it to those Braves because, hey, those Braves got it done before, and we have yet to do that. So don't worry. We're making our run. Here we go. We got Lux, 3 career hits. Vasquez, 0 career hits. I love that, Austin. You guys just always killing it in the comments, man. You guys always have me dead over here, and you're right. Hey, I love that. Oh, trust me, I would never even think twice. I was saying, hey, Pirates, if you want to see Gavin Lux in a Pirates uniform, I hope you know how to use Photoshop because that was never on the table. Even Dustin May wasn't in consideration for me. They should have taken Keibert Ruiz and some other guys, but Candid, that's not happening. Marcel Avilos, congrats Dodgers on a great comeback win, and let's go Dodgers. Let's get that sweep. The Rockies tomorrow. Austin, Jansen is trash. Joe Kelly should be the closer. Charles Hamill, what up, Charles? How you doing, my man? I think you said you're going to the game tonight, right? How'd you enjoy the game? I hope Urias is just a little rusty. He will find it after a few outings. Look, he had a couple 1, 2, 3 innings tonight. Didn't have the command on that Murphy blast. But I'm a big believer in Julio Urias. You saw he flashed that. And also, I just love when Julio Urias, when guys get on base, this guy does not flinch. You see his demeanor. Hey, Kenley Jansen could learn from that because he's out there just dealing still, doesn't let the runners on base get to him. Jansen is a liability, though. Greg, what does he have left? Enlighten me, please. Look, you saw the Yankees game. You saw the Yankees. If you saw the cutter that he got Tauchman out with, that was a nice cutter. Had a nice break on it, but that just and we saw, hey, look, Mariano Rivera, he was still getting outs up in his late 30s. So it's something you don't give up on him quite just yet. I'm not ready to give on him just quite just yet. So I think that you still have to try to ride with him, mainly because, one, look at everything he's done for this franchise. You don't throw a guy away like that, but he's having a rough stretch. Hitters are hitting 267 against him since June 26th. He's got a 4.18. He's got a 4.8 ERA since June 26th. So he had an ERA of 5 in August. So he's a guy that he has to turn around. We're going to talk about it till we're Dodger blue in the face. And that, to me, is the reassuring thing, is knowing that there's no way in hell that they're going to let him, they're going to keep trotting him out there if he fails even late September heading into the postseason. So, hey, Kenley Jansen, if you want to be a part of this magic, you better find a way to get right, because I'm telling you, this Dodger organization is not going to trust you in October unless you're getting outs. But here we go. We got how about Luck's debut yesterday? It was fire. 2 for 5. I thought, man, did you guys think that was how about that? Did you guys think that that was a home run by Lux yesterday? Sometimes I'm good at knowing right off the bat, that crack of the bat. I know exactly when they're getting a home run. I just kind of wanted to will that one. So, but yeah. But here we go. We got Isaiah. Where is Rich Hill? So Rich Hill, he's gonna face live hitters. He's gonna face live hitters on Friday, either Friday or Saturday. He's gonna face live hitters. He tossed a side bullpen session on Monday without any issues. So he's been out since June 20th with that left forearm strain, and lucky it wasn't nothing serious. It wasn't Tommy John or anything like that. So Friday or Saturday, he's going to face live hitters. Did a bullpen session, and I'm telling you, Rich Hill, we want Dick Mountain back. You know you guys want him back. You want to see him, his energy. Everyone wants Verdugo's energy back. I really want Rich Hill's energy back, too. I mean, a 2.6 postseason ERA. I have him as my 4th starter. I'm a big believer in Rich Hill. 1, he's been there and done that. 2, he wants to get another payday free agent after this season. So I'm a big believer in Rich Hill. Kenta is a huge liability. Hey, Kenta out of the bullpen as a righty specialist. I believe in Kenta's stuff. But you're right. Kenta's a guy that he also needs to polish up his stuff before postseason play begins. Robert still believes in Jansen, Jerry Moss. Sean Shepard, Jansen is not our closer. Charles Hamill, we called Spores up again. Not sure about that one. Go read Tim Rogers' piece about that, about bringing Josh Sborz up, basically saying, hey, he's got to come up, see what they got with Josh Sborz, and with the pitching depth, you don't know what they're going to do with Hyun-Jin Ryu with our starters, and with the Hyun-Jin Ryu maybe getting some rest, maybe Kershaw might get some rest, so maybe throw him into that bullpen set, give Gonsolin May some starts. So really it's just about adding pitching depth for the stretch run here. It's Luis, Dodgers son los mejores por ciento. I love it. Dave Roberts seems to trust Jansen way too much. Punk ass Joey 666. He got shook, a.k.a. old Broxton syndrome. Big old Broxton, man. Hey, how's he doing these days, my man? Love Jonathan Broxton. 702 Vegas from Paul. Pat, tired of watching Roberts mug when Kenley is struggling on the mound like he can't do anything about it. Hey, it is a part of the process. Would you rather see him – look, they can't – take the bubble wrap off him now. They have to see what they can get with Kenley Jansen. But like I'm saying, if Kenley Jansen's your closer, it's like having a big, sparkly 20-bedroom mansion with a pool, a game room, indoor movie theater, all that cool stuff, a bowling alley, but no lock on the front door. We need a lock to close it down, and Kenley Jansen appears to not be assuming that role. Based on you guys tonight, the consensus is that Kenley Jansen is not getting it done. But it's unfair. I mean, this guy's third all time in postseason saves, 16 postseason saves. So he has done a lot for the Dodgers. But hey, what have you done for me lately? Right? You're only as good as your last pitch, last outing. I'm a big believer in that. Charles, Yimi Garcia is still garbage. Yeah, we talked all about that. Doug Slayton, Denver Doug will be at Dodger Stadium together tomorrow. I'll love it, Doug. My man Doug Slayton from Denver. You flying in for the game. I like it. You're going against your Rockies. You're going against your Rockies from your hometown. You enjoy it. Dodger Stadium. You never know what could happen. 12 walk-offs this year. I hope you get another walk-off. Sean Shepard, Dodgers. To use Kelly to close, they want a chance to win the World Series. Tina G-Man can't keep blaming Kenley if Roberts keeps on using him. It's on Roberts. Now, to say it's on Roberts, yes, Roberts is the figurehead. Dave Roberts is going to take the heat, but trust me, it is a collective effort with the front office, and they are saying to themselves, hey, we have to give him the reps. We have to see if he can develop a slider. It was a 5-2 lead. The Dodgers had a 5-2 lead. Look, if it's a 2-1 lead tonight, he comes in, he blows it. That's a different story. But they have to see what they can get with Kenley before they make the next move. And look, his last starting, he had a clean inning against Arizona before. So just make Yimi the bat boy and stay out of the pen, Eric. Sandra's Keel, the next time I see Yimi Garcia, it better be on a milk carton. You guys always just are so cruel, man, but I love it. Hey, don't hold back. This show is for that kind of stuff. Get out your thoughts, whatever it is. Charles, it's the front office not wanting their $18 million to go to waste. I think that's a factor. There's no question the investment they have in Kenley Jansen is definitely a reason. Also, look, this is an organization that takes care of players that have done great things for them, and Kenley Jansen is a big part of this Dodger history. Whether you like it or not, Kenley Jansen will be the career leader in saves for a long time, and a record that probably will not get broken. So that's something to consider. But hey, give it a couple weeks. If he's still pitching like he is, if he looks like he's not that guy, he will not, trust me, mark my words, if Kenley Jansen is pitching like he is right now, come the postseason, he will not be dependent upon to get those outs. And Dave Roberts is doing everything he can to keep his confidence up and keep the morale up with Kenley Jansen, but moves will be made if need be. Sean, Lux is going to be great, no question about it. He's a superstar in the making. Pat Matson, Yimmy is short for Yamin. I'm still considered an MLB player. Pat Matson, you're too much, my man. Kevin Durant, leadoff Lux should be an everyday thing. Kevin Durant, what up, KD? Look, that's something to consider, but I think Alex Verdugo comes back, and he assumes that role. You put Lux a little closer to that, that 6, 7, 8 hole, see what he can do down there. Where we got Sean, good for Martin. Maybe this game will quiet his haters for a minute. Hey, I don't think he has too many haters. I think that Russell Martin is a guy that gets a lot of love out there. Repping the 661, John Isles. What up, John Isles? How you doing, my man? Jim, I hope Ryu figures it out. Clayton, too. It's been rough watching their starts. Greg Sagata, Jansen is out of options. Sorry, can't send him down. Ryan, Yankees and Astros are going to do everything possible to get home field advantage in the World Series, especially if it's against us. I believe we can get home field advantage. Me too. Fernando, go Dodgers, baby. Hamilton, I'm going to be at Dodger Stadium and boo every time Jansen comes out of the pen. Hey, you pay for the ticket, you can boo if you want. That's my stance on that. I don't always boo unless it's a Giant. I boo the Giants every single time, or the Red Sox. But, hey, it's your ticket. You're free to boo. Let them have it if you want. It's a beautiful day for a ball game, Pat. I'll take. Who are the SF Giants for 100? Hashtag eliminated. Exactly. Bye-bye. Remember that cute little run they went on in the midseason? That was so adorable, San Francisco. Now you miss your opportunity to get some prospects. Farhan, how's it up there? Up in San Fran. I love it. Dodger for life, right? Charles, he's not going to lose his job forever. That is his dream job right now, and why would he jeopardize it just because fans think so? I don't think so, LOL. Ian, Orlando, Florida in the house. Hurricane Dorian doesn't stop us from cheering for the Dodgers. East Coast Dodger fans. All right, SD Dodger. That guy is buds with FRG. What up, SD Dodger? How you doing tonight, my man? That is the esteemed scout. All things minor leagues. You go to Tim Rogers. Follow him on Twitter. He's the man. Sanders, Beatty again with a big hit. Matt Beatty, I love watching Matt Beatty bat. This guy, hard contact for days, barrels it up, and 110 miles off the bat really started things for the Dodgers tonight offensively. 2 hits before Beatty's hit. Beatty again with a big hit. Pat Madsen, Charles Hamill, Felix, give me a shout-out, man. That was a nice trick. If you just write, give me a shout-out, man. If you put my name, too, that, catches my eye, too. But what up, Felix? Everyone give Felix Legato a shout. I want to give a shout out to my friend Jeff too. My friend Jeff is in the hospital he's in the hospital something serious. So definitely get better, Jeff. Thank you. We got Mora going to see Verdugo on Saturday night here in Utah. I love it. What up, Mora? How you doing tonight? Ryan Lux on the postseason roster. Sean Shepard, Lux has quality at bats, reminds me of JT at the plate. That is a testament to the adjustments he's made. He's shortened up that stroke. Chipotle is not a sponsor of the show. But if you're looking to sponsor the Dodgers Nation post-game show, just hit us up. We're looking for some sponsors right now. You never know, man. This is the show. A lot of sponsorship opportunities right here. Also, go to DodgersNation.com. Check out all that Dodger content. And if you want to do me a huge favor, share the show on Facebook, like and retweet, and mash that heart button, guys. Lux is a badass. Give him an 8.5 out of 10 from Jim Lemix. Ryan, give him an easy A. We got Dope. It's Aaron. Kenley is so soft. Samuel, let's pray Jansen can't be that elite closer again. Everyone, let's have a little moment of silence. Holy, let's say a little prayer. Stevie Wonder could hit it off of Jansen these days. Pat Madsen, you just always bring it. I love it, my man. Jared, what are your thoughts on Gavin Lux? My thoughts on Gavin Lux is, like I said, he's a guy, the moment's not too big for him. He's rapidly ascended, went from Tulsa all the way to OKC. It was just a matter of time. I mean, he was just crushing it in the minors. And now he's starting to hit for power. First year, 7 home runs. This year, 26 between AA and AAA. He's got that nice stroke through the zone, quick hands, quick adjustments, quick eyes. And then he's a big dude, 6'2", added 40 pounds of muscle. I'm a big fan of Gavin Lux. I really am. I'm so excited for the future of this Dodger nucleus. But greetings from Mexico. We got props to Fergie, Charles Hamill. Exactly. He's under contract, not going to just throw that money away anyway. We got SD Dodger. He should live in the hitters. He should face live hitters with the Quakes. That's something, too. Hey, facing live hitters is something he can benefit from. Just takes him out of his mind, takes him out of that situation, because he doesn't want that backlash. He doesn't want the headlines. He doesn't want social media blowing up about him. And I think you're totally right on that. Oh, you're right. The mic volume was down like all day. My bad. Here we go. How about that? My mic volume was down. All right, we're going to do the whole show again. Fix your mic. I don't know what happened there. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. All right, yeah, I don't know this thing. Little malfunction tonight, but watching from Milwaukee, 30 minutes of no sound. Wow. No, I think it just happened. Right? But we're gonna be back though on Sunday. On Sunday for the Dodgers Nation post game show. Like I said, don't forget to yeah. Sorry about that mic. I don't know, the thing just the mic went out on me, but just fix that. Is it going good? Is it going good now? Can you guys hear it now? There we go. All right, cool. I don't know. I think that happened midway through the show. Sorry about that. A little tech difficulty there on tonight's show, but we're going to fix that. But, yeah, I'll get that mic rolling again. You guys hear me okay now? But, hey, another win for the Dodgers. They get it. Russell Martin, he hits the big 3-run bomb tonight. Justin Turner, he hits a home run. David Freese, magic number down to 5. Thanks again for rocking with us. See you guys Sunday. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. All things about the Dodgers Nation post-game show. There we go. But here we go. Thanks, Jim. But thanks again, guys. Yeah, we'll make sure that mic is rocking and rolling next show. But as always, guys, thanks for your comments. You guys always have the best insight on Dodgers Nation, on all Dodger topics. But like I said, tune in for the Blue Heaven podcast Thursday. Go to DodgersNation.com for all your Dodger content. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your week, and I'm out.